Today we are talking about graphing linear equation word problems. So take this in your packet and open that up. But first we're going to do a quick reminder about some things about equations in general. When we have a graph, and in this particular case, because we're dealing with real world problems, we're really only going to be dealing with quadrant 1, which is why I drew that. We have our x-axis and our y-axis, and we need to remember that our x-axis is dealing with the independent variable, and the y-axis is dealing with the dependent variable. We are going to be dealing with lines, graphing them in the form y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope, b is our y-intercept, which means where does our line cross the y-axis. And just a reminder that slope is our change in y's. That little triangle in Math World means change. So our change in y's divided by our change in x's, or rise over run. So that's kind of our quick review. And let's get on to our problems. Let's see, here we go. Georgie joins a gym. Good for Georgie. She pays $25 to sign up, and then she pays an additional $15 each month. We need to write the equation in slope-intercept form. Well, what does that mean? I know she pays $25 to sign up, so at the very beginning, she has to pay 25 bucks. And then each month, she pays an additional $15. So what's going to happen are, where she starts is this right here. That's going to be 25 bucks. Because when she's at month 0, she has to pay 25 bucks. And then her slope is going to be $15 a month. So in order to create that equation, y equals mx plus b, y equals 15 is her slope, x plus b, that's 25. Ooh, you can hear my cats running through. So there's slope. Here is the y-intercept, or b. And if I want to graph this, let's see, here's my x, here's my y. Number of months is going to be my independent variable, because number of months is never going to be dependent on anything else. You always have number of months. But the cost of her gym membership is going to be dependent on the number of months. So we have number of months, we have cost. I do know that the y-intercept is b, so at 0 months right here, she has to pay 25 bucks. Ooh, I should probably put some numbers here. This is going to be 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. So I'll label all the way to 10 months. And for cost, I'm going to go by tens. So here's $10. I'm going to go by 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, all the way up to 100, and I'm going to label this in dollars. All right, so now I have my graph set up, and now I'm going to go ahead and graph my equation. At 0 months, she had to pay 25 bucks just to start off with. So I'm at 0, 25. So there's her starting cost. Well, let's see. How much is she going to pay after 1 month? Well, she had to pay 25 bucks. And at 1 month, after 1 month, she's paid $25, and she has to pay an additional 15. So that's 25, 35, 40. So after 1 month, she's paid $40 total for her gym membership. At 2 months, she pays an additional $15. So that is 50, 55. So at 2 months, she's paid $55 total for her gym membership, and this is going to increase. And I'm just going to use my straight edge and draw me a line. Like so on. All right. So I labeled the y-intercept right here. Oh, I gotta label it. That is at 0, 25. The slope, well, the slope is rise over run, which means I am going up 15 for every 1 month that I go to the right. That's my m, my slope. And use your axes, okay, number of months and costs. So we graphed it, woohoo! Now we're gonna write it. Use your graph to find a solution. There's a lot of possible solutions on here. And like it makes sense that we would go by whole months just because this is a real world graph. So you're not gonna have like a cost at half a month. So we're just gonna go by whole months. Label it, write it as an answer. How about we go, I did 2 months here. I'll go at 2 months. So after 2 months, how much has Georgie spent? Georgie has spent, how much does Georgie spend at 2 months? 55 bucks, $55. So that would be a solution that you could use. You could obviously use at 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, up to 10 months, it doesn't matter, but that's one possibility. All right, read the graph. How much will Georgie have paid if she uses the gym membership for 5 months? Well, let's see, I could do 5 and then go all the way up here. It's somewhere in here. Now this will depend on how good your graph is. How accurate are you when you drew your line? I know it's in between $90 and $100 from my graph, but I could also just go ahead and use my equation. Y equals 15x plus 25. 5 months is my x value, so I'm gonna plug in 15, let's see, 5 in for x. Let's see, and I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator because I feel like it. 15 times 5 plus 25, 100. Y equals 100. So how much will Georgie have paid after 5 months? She's gonna pay $100. So that's an example of how to do a real world problem and how it would look for a linear equation. I would like you guys to go ahead and do numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 and 8. So go ahead and work on those problems.